DD Kisan, the pride of a changing India.
Namaste, Khamma Ghadi and Ram Ram Sa. A very warm welcome to all of you to Krishi Chaupal. Today our show is drenched in the vibrant colors of a state where heritage and history are found not just in books but live within the winds, the walls and the courtyards. This is why it is called Rangilo Rajasthan. One unique thing about the state is that whoever visits becomes a part of its vibrant culture. We are on a land where the moment you step foot, the echoes of bravery and legendary battles resonate in the air. This is Bharatpur. We are for the hopes, aspirations and progress of the local farmers. We are broadcasting today's program from Bharatpur because this soil produces gold. Crops that bring light into our lives. Indeed, in the field of oilseeds, the work being done here is leading the entire nation toward progress and making the lives of our farmers better and stronger. So, let's begin today's Krishi Chaupal with a big round of applause. As always, we are joined by our farmers as well as our scientists. With that said, one more round of applause as we start the show. Moving forward, we will show you how the government is making continuous efforts, how farmers are playing their part, and how scientists are working tirelessly in the oilseed sector. Let's take a look at this report on oilseed production.
In terms of oilseed production, India is counted among a few major countries in the world. However, the consumption of edible oil here is so high that large-scale imports are required every year. Although oilseed production has been steadily increasing, this growth remains insufficient to meet domestic demands. In 2014-15, the total oilseed yield was around 27.5 million tons. For this year, the Ministry of Agriculture has estimated a production of 42.6 million tons. Currently, our country is able to produce only 40% of its total domestic edible oil requirement, while for the remaining 60%, we are dependent on other nations. To make the country self-reliant in edible oils, modern techniques of oilseed farming must be adopted. This includes using improved seeds, scientific sowing methods, timely and appropriate application of fertilizers and water, protecting crops from pests and diseases, and reducing post-harvest losses. The National Mission on Edible Oils Oilseeds is a significant step in this direction. The primary goal of the mission is to increase the production of primary oilseed crops such as mustard, rapeseed, groundnut, soybean, sunflower, sesame, safflower, Niger, linseed and castor. On the other hand, India has to import large quantities of palm oil to meet its needs. To reduce this, the National Mission on Edible Oils, Oil Palm, was launched in 2021. Under this, palm trees are being planted in large numbers in parts of the country where the environment is favorable for palm cultivation.
So you just watched this report and learned how the Indian Institute of Mustard Research here is moving forward by connecting with farmers and accelerating our yellow revolution even further. So let's move on to these experts, our guests, who will speak directly with our farmers, resolve their problems and strive to spread awareness across the entire country. Let me introduce you to them. We have Dr. Vijay V. Singh ji with us. Welcome, sir. You are the Director
Namaste.
of the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Directorate of Rapeseed Mustard Research, Bharatpur. He will explain in detail and shed light on the activities being conducted here in the field of mustard research. We have Dr. Hari Singh Meena ji, Principal Scientist from the Crop Improvement Unit, and with us Dr. Bhagirath Ram, Principal Scientist from the Crop Improvement Unit.
Namaste.
Dr. Hariom Kumar Sharma, Senior Scientist from the Crop Protection Unit.
Namaste.
So let's begin the discussion. Dr. Vijay V ji, I would like to start with you. What kind of activities are being prioritized currently and what steps are being taken to ensure farmer participation so that these efforts reach them effectively?
As you know, the borders of Bharatpur are shared with the states of Haryana, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. If we combine these four states, they account for nearly 75% of the total national production. Recognizing the significance of this work, ICAR elevated this center to the status of the Directorate of Rapeseed Mustard Research in 2009. Furthermore, in view of its achievements, it was upgraded to the Indian Institute of Mustard Research IIMR last year in 2024. I would like to inform you that this institute primarily consists of 4 units. First is the Crop Improvement Unit, whose primary objective is to develop new varieties that are resilient to biotic and abiotic factors such as diseases, drought, and extreme temperatures. Most importantly, this unit produces breeder seed for the entire country. This is the first step in the seed chain that eventually reaches you, the farmers. Then, our second vital unit is crop production. It develops advanced cultivation practices so that once you have the seeds, you know the best methods to maximize your yield, which is very important. The third essential unit is the crop protection unit. Its main goal is to develop methods to manage and control diseases and pests effectively. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, even if we have the technology and varieties, how do they reach the farmers? This is handled by our unit dedicated to technology, evaluation, extension and dissemination.
As Sir has mentioned the different units, I would now like to understand from you, Dr. Hari Singh Meena, about the various types of seeds and varieties that we are trying to provide to our farmers. In this context, we would like to know what are the high-quality improved varieties that have been developed here, which can be called the hallmark or identity of this region.
If we talk about the primary and most popular varieties for timely sowing in irrigated areas, the prominent ones include BPM 1825, Giriraj, PM 37, RH 1975 and RH 749. If we look at high-yielding hybrid varieties for irrigated regions, we have RHH 2101, PHR 126, NRCHP 506, among other available hybrids. Similarly, for farmers in rain-fed or unirrigated areas, the suitable varieties for the farmers that have been developed here include DRMR 116540, RH 725, RH 1424, and there are other varieties like DRMR 15035. In cases where circumstances force a late sowing, then farmers can opt for varieties like BPM 11, Radhika, NRCHP 101, Brajraj, PM 26, and RJN 145. These varieties can be sown by the farmers. For farmers interested in quality-enhanced bio-fortified varieties, we have BPM Q47, BPM Q172, the PM series 31, 32, 33 and 34, and PDZM 35 and 36 are the varieties. Additionally, a hybrid developed in Ludhiana is RCH1. It can also be cultivated. If farmers wish to go for early sowing, they can achieve high yields by selecting PM25, PM27 or PM28. They can get good production by using these kind of varieties. Lastly, for those facing issues with alkaline or saline soils, the CS series varieties such as CS58, 60, 62, 64, and the recently released CS68. This variety is also highly recommended.
So let's go directly to the farmers and take their questions. Look at this wonderful platform. We have both farmers and scientists right here in one place. Let's hear what our farmers have to ask.
I want to know if there are hybrid varieties of mustard as well.
Absolutely, this is a valid question. Please have a seat. Indeed, hybrid varieties are being developed in mustard as well. To give you some background, our institute developed the very first hybrid variety of Indian mustard in 2008. That was NRCHB 506, which was not just a national first but a global first. Another one was DMH1 that followed. As of today, we have developed about 10 hybrid varieties in mustard. We use systems like the Mori system and the Augura system, which are technical scientific methods, to continuously improve these varieties. For instance, as the doctor mentioned, HAU Hisar has developed RHH 2101. The development of hybrids is an ongoing effort. These varieties can provide a yield of approximately 28 to 29 quintals per hectare. And they also have a higher oil content. So farmers should definitely take note. It is a myth that there are no hybrids in mustard. They certainly exist and you should take full advantage of them.
Absolutely. As you can see, the farmers are quite pleased to hear that. You have highlighted that there are various improved varieties and high quality seeds being developed for them. However, a frequent concern, or rather a complaint raised by our farmers, is that these seeds often do not reach to them. So, what specific efforts are being made to streamline this distribution to the farmers?
Seeds play a pivotal role in achieving high yields for any crop. Various agencies of the Government of India, the Rajasthan government, as well as our institute are conducting seed production programs. Additionally, farmers can produce their own seeds on their fields for personal use and for distributing to fellow farmers. In this process, your first priority must be knowing the seed source. You should be aware of where you purchase the seed, ideally from a government agency, and you must record its physical purity and pedigree, that is genetic lineage. Or you must note it down. Next is site selection. Choose a field where rapeseed or mustard hasn't been grown for the last 3 years. If it has been grown, ensure it was the exact same variety you are now producing. You must remember this. Another critical factor is isolation distance, the distance between two different fields. In this, you have to remember specifically for producing certified seed of mustard, you must maintain a distance of 50 meters from other mustard fields. And for thoria or rapeseed, this distance must be 100 meters. After timely sowing, one thing that you have to remember is that once the crop is 35 to 40 days old, you must perform roguing. Roguing means identifying and removing off-type plants. You should have basic knowledge of your variety's characteristics. Before and after the flowering stage, uproot any plants that look different in terms of height, leaf shape, or other specific traits. So accordingly, you have to uproot any plants that look different before the flowering and after the flowering. After roguing, what you have to do is you must get the field inspected. If you are a part of a program like those offered by our institute, a team of scientists or government officials, they will inspect the crop to certify if your seed production is suitable and qualified, and do the proper inspection of the same. After that, what you have to do is that during harvesting, that after you have created the isolation distance, is to discard the crop grown within a 1 meter boundary of the entire field as non-experimental or border produce. After that, what you have to do is that use only the central portion of the field for high quality seed. After that comes threshing. Finally, during threshing, ensure the thresher is thoroughly cleaned. Even 10 leftover grains from a previous crop can cause physical impurity or contamination. So you have to remember this and do it carefully. After threshing, now you have to bag the seeds. For bagging the seeds, what you have to do is that dry the seeds for 7 to 8 days until the moisture content drops to about until the moisture content drops to about 8% to 10%. In this case, farmers often hurry, but bagging seeds with 12% moisture can lead to spoilage. So once dried, store the bags in a cool, dry place which is away from the moisture.
So the characteristics, the special qualities within the seeds remain intact and improvements continue to happen. But without letting its essence die, what is the role of germplasm in India and how does it work? How significant should we consider this in the direction of conservation?
In scientific terms, the total genetic diversity of any species is referred to as its germplasm. This includes both the cultivated varieties and the wild relatives of that species. Regarding the conservation of plant germplasm at the national level, we have the National Gene Bank at the National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources in Delhi. They have 12,474 accessions of rapeseed mustard germplasm stored and conserved there. As for our institute, the Indian Institute of Mustard Research, we function as a national repository for the conservation and documentation of rapeseed mustard germplasm. We currently house 3,021 germplasm accessions, which are preserved in our medium-term gene bank, MTC. To break down this germplasm by species, approximately 2,346 accessions belong to Indian mustard. We have 255 collections of Toria, 190 of yellow sarson, and 12 of brown sarson.
Sir.
Additionally, there are 131 accessions of gobi sarson, canola type, 49 of taramira, rocket salad, and 21 of karan rai, Ethiopian mustard. We also maintain 19 accessions of wild species. Furthermore, we conserve 328 germplasm accessions of foreign origin. These germplasms are very important for mustard variety.
Yeah.
These mustard varieties are conserved here in our institute, which is very important. The conservation and preserving work of these mustard seeds is done in our institute, which is very important.
Let's go to the farmers now and find out if there are any other questions on their minds that they would like to ask to our experts.
I would like to ask about the Giriraj DR MRIJ31 variety.
One variety is there which grows very fast. They want to know about that.
It grows very tall and at the bottom, its leaves spread out significantly. It continues to grow quite high and eventually the fruit pods only appear at the very top.
Look, farmer brothers, it's like this. Every variety has its own recommended agronomic practices. When we talk about Giriraj, it was released with a yield potential of 25 to 26 quintals. However, for Zone 2, which includes Haryana, Punjab and parts of Rajasthan like Alwar and Ganganagar, the recommended practice was to maintain a row spacing of 1.5 feet. If you plant this variety at a spacing of only 1 foot and do not provide proper spacing, height issues will occur. Other causes for excessive height include over-application of fertilizers or excessive irrigation. That said, there is also a genetic factor. This variety was released with a standard height of over 6 feet. Just like a person's natural height, this variety is inherently tall. It's not that it overgrows without reason. It is naturally a tall statured plant. To manage this, you must ensure adequate gaps, maintain 1.5 foot row spacing and 15 centimeter plant to plant spacing. Farmers ask how to maintain gaps. The best way to reduce this seed rate. Use only 3.5 to 4 kilograms of seed per hectare. If you find it difficult to adjust your seed drill for such a low quantity, here is the tip. Roast some bajra seeds to stop them from germinating and mix them with your mustard seeds. This will help maintain proper spacing. The more space you provide, the height issue will minimize. The pods will develop from the bottom.
Absolutely. You see, while farmers rely on their years of experience, when scientists join hands with them to introduce scientific methods, the results are incredibly positive and rewarding. On that note, it is now time for a short break, but when we return, we will talk about techniques, especially the right way to cultivate crops, where common mistakes occur, and how to overcome those shortcomings and challenges. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to Krishi Chaupal. This episode of Krishi Chaupal is coming to you from Bharatpur in vibrant Rajasthan. We will be right back after this short break.
यूरिया का स्वदेशी उत्पादन 70 लाख टन बढ़ाने के लिए 6 उर्वरक संयंत्रों का उद्धार किया जा रहा है। FCIL के गोरखपुर, सिंदरी, तलचर और रामागुंडम संयंत्र, HFCL की बरौनी इकाई और BVFCL की नामरू फोर्थ। सोने पर सुहागा ये है कि देश में अब बनेगा सिर्फ नीम लेपित यूरिया, क्योंकि इससे होगा किसानों का फायदा ही फायदा। अनाज का उत्पादन 10% तक बढ़ेगा। बढ़ेगी 10 से 15% नाइट्रोजन क्षमता।
Welcome back once again. You are watching Krishi Chaupal. In this segment, we will discuss what the ideal production technique should be and how to manage pests and diseases effectively. So, let's introduce you to our guests. Joining us on stage, Dr. Ram Swaroop Jat. Welcome, sir. You are a scientist in
Namaste.
the crop production unit. We also have Dr. Mohanlal Dotania. Welcome to the show. You are also a scientist in the
Namaste.
same crop production unit. Joining us as well, Dr. Prabhudayal Meena. Welcome. He is a principal
Namaste.
scientist in the plant protection unit. Dr. Prashant Yadav, senior scientist in the biotechnology unit. A very warm welcome to all our esteemed guests. Sir, first of all, I would like to ask, we saw before the break many excellent seed variety are being provided to our farmers. However, the question raised by the farmers regarding the seeds suggests that there is still a gap or a challenge regarding to the specific agronomic practices required for each variety. So, what's the proper method? How should these crops be cultivated correctly?
The Indian Institute of Mustard Research has developed numerous scientific agronomic practices for the cultivation of rapeseed and mustard. By properly implementing these practices, you can achieve a significantly higher yield. Among these, sowing is the most critical stage. For sowing, you must focus on 4 key aspects: the intensity of tillage, the seed rate, and maintaining the correct plant population through row-to-row spacing. Regarding tillage, farmers often plow the field excessively. However, our scientific recommendation is to perform 3 to 4 tillages. If you are practicing conservation agriculture, you should opt for zero tillage, which means no plowing at all. After tillage comes the seed rate. You must use only the recommended quantity as we suggest, as overcrowding the crop leads to a high risk of pests and diseases. We recommend that you use a seed rate of 3 to 4 kilograms per hectare. This ensures a balanced and uniform plant population. Furthermore, the sowing window. The sowing window
Sir.
is vital. While our institute has determined sowing times based on agroclimatic conditions, you must keep one specific rule in mind. Sow your mustard only when the maximum daily temperature drops below 32 degrees Celsius. This prevents seedling mortality and the need for re-sowing. The third point is the sowing method. You should always practice line
Yeah.
sowing. Many farmers still use the broadcasting method, which results in uneven growth. Some areas are too dense, while others are empty. For line sowing, maintain a row-to-row distance of 45 centimeters or 1.5 feet and a plant-to-plant distance of 15 to 20 centimeter. This will ensure that you get a healthy plant growth and a robust yield. Additionally, we will also talk about seed treatment using biofertilizers or fungicides or insecticides, which is very important. And you should also adopt balanced fertilization or integrated nutrient management (INM) and irrigation management. Irrigation management is also crucial, but it varies by soil type. If you have sandy soil, you will need 3 to 4 irrigations. For heavy soil, 2 irrigations are sufficient. In case of heavy soil, the first irrigation should be at least 35 to 40 days and the second at 65 to 70 days.
Sir.
In sandy soil, the 4 irrigations should be scheduled at 25 to 30 days, 45 to 50 days, 65 to 70 days, and the final one should be done at 80 to 90 days.
Dr. Mohanlal, I would like to ask the key factors need to be kept in mind to ensure good grain quality and high oil content. Essentially, to ensure what we call good oil recovery, which nutrients are required and what is the proper method to deliver them to the plants. What would you like to tell our viewers about this?
To achieve high quality harvest, a total of 17 essential nutrients are required. Specifically for rapeseed and mustard, there are 6 primary nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, zinc, and boron. Generally, you should apply these nutrients based on the results of your soil health card or soil test report. However, as a standard guideline for irrigated areas, you should apply 80 to 125 kg of nitrogen, 30 to 40 kg of phosphorus, and 20 to 40 kg of potash per hectare. Regarding sulfur, which is critical for oil content, you should apply 30 to 40 kg per hectare. If you are in unirrigated or rain-fed area, these quantities should be reduced by half. In regions where a deficiency is observed, we recommend applying 5 kg of zinc and 1 kg of boron per hectare. Now, when should these be applied? These must be applied before sowing. You should apply the full dose of all other fertilizers along with half the dose of nitrogen as base application before you begin the sowing.
So let's turn to the farmers now. Would anyone like to ask a question?
I want to know about a parasitic weed in mustard called Orobanki, which our local farmers identify by the name of Gudia. It is rapidly taking the form of an epidemic. Please suggest an effective method for its control.
This is spreading very rapidly in mustard crops because its seed production capacity is immense. A single plant produces between 1.5 to 5 lakh seeds, which then disperse quickly and cause significant damage because it is a total root parasite. Our institute is working on 2 fronts to control this parasite. First, we are identifying effective herbicides, and second, we are moving towards developing herbicide-tolerant varieties. These varieties will allow you to spray the herbicide so that the Orobanki is killed while the mustard crop remains unharmed. We are actively pursuing both strategies. Regarding the chemical control, we have identified a specific herbicide, and it is currently undergoing multiple location trials to test its efficacy across different climatic conditions. We have secured a patent for this herbicide formulation. We expect the trials to be completed within the next 1 to 2 years, after which the results will be finalized and herbicide will be made available to all farmers.
Now, Dr. Prabhudayal Meena, I would like to ask you, what are the main diseases that affect rye and mustard crops and how can they be managed? Please tell us.
In this era of climate change, different pests and diseases are likely to strike at various stages of the crop cycle, from the seedling stage to the maturity stage. The crop remains vulnerable to different kind of threats, which is very dangerous. At the initial germination stage, the primary disease is downy mildew, accompanied by the painted bug, which is a pest. Both typically attack the crop within 15 to 20 days. In regions where the environment is cool and humid, downy mildew is more prevalent, whereas in warm and humid conditions, the painted bug poses a greater threat. Both these pests create a lot of problem. For their management, we recommend seed treatment. To prevent downy mildew, treat the seeds with metalaxyl at 6 gram per kg of seed, simultaneously using imidacloprid at 6 gram per kilogram of seed will effectively manage the painted bug. This treatment is very effective. As the plant enters the foliar stage, there is a high probability of white rust and alternia black spot. While rust usually appears when the crop is 30 to 40 days old, while black spot appears between 45 to 55 days. To control both, spray a solution of Rovrel iprodine at 2.5 grams per liter of water at the 40-day stage. During the flowering stage, the incidence of sclerotinia stem rot increases and there is a risk of aphid infestation. In areas prone to stem rot, farmers must treat seeds with carbendazim, commonly known as Bevistin, at 2 grams per kilogram of seed. Regarding aphids, there is an economic threshold level, ETL. If you spot 25 to 30 aphids on the central twig of a plant, action is required. Initially, aphids appear on the field borders. Uh, Farmers should inspect the borders, pluck the infested twigs, and destroy them to prevent further seed. If the infestation increases, which is common in late sown crops, you should use chemical control. All these treatments will help in removing the pests, which is very effective treatment. These treatment can be used to eradicate the chippa from the crops. Spray the thiamethoxam at a dosage of 3 grams per 15-liter tank to eradicate the aphids. Finally, during the maturity stage, a powdery mildew may occur. We always advise farmers to use sulfur. If sulfur is applied at the time of sowing, powdery mildew, which covers the entire crop in a white powder-like substance during the ripening stage, will not cause significant damage. All these methods can be used to make the crops healthy and safe for a longer period.
Dr. Prashant Yadav, I would like to understand what exactly is biotechnology and what role does it play in bringing improved crop varieties to our farmers?
Biotechnology is a modern branch of science where we study organisms or biological processes at the molecular level and apply that knowledge for the benefit of humanity. In rapeseed and mustard, we primarily use biotechnology to develop traits that are difficult to achieve through conventional plant breeding techniques. Examples include developing varieties resistant to Sclerotinia stem rot or the parasitic weed Orobanche. These are the few examples. Additionally, we use a technique, and this technique is called Marker Assisted Selection or MAS, which allows us to develop high-quality, superior crops in a much shorter time frame. Recently, our institute developed 2 advanced varieties, BPM Q47 and BPM Q172. Both are not only disease-resistant, but also high-quality varieties. Furthermore, you will be pleased to know that our institute is among the leading organizations in the country utilizing cutting-edge technologies like gene editing and speed breeding for variety development. Through gene editing, we are currently working on developing Orobanche-resistant varieties as well as high-yielding, early maturing varieties. In speed breeding, we create a controlled, artificial environment that allows us to grow 4 to 5 generations of mustard within a single year. This significantly accelerates the pace of developing new and improved crop varieties.
Climate change is indeed a major challenge. This research is being conducted keeping in mind the ground realities and the actual needs of the farmers. We are ensuring the farmers can truly benefit from these efforts. Now, let's head back to the farmers and see if they have any more questions. Who would like to ask a question? Please ask.
I want to know that these days natural farming is being discussed a lot. What is the future of natural farming specifically in the context of rapeseed and mustard cultivation?
I would like some information regarding the precautions farmers should take while handling fertilizers during sowing. Additionally, which specific fertilizers should be applied along with irrigation and what is the correct way to do so? Please provide some information.
The awareness level of Rajasthan's farmers is clearly evident from the questions they ask. Our first question pertains to natural farming. I would like our experts to address this. How can natural farming be practiced in mustard cultivation and how successful has it proven to be?
Natural farming is essentially chemical-free farming. Under this cultivation method, no synthetic pesticides or chemical fertilizers are used. And the entire system of natural farming is based on cow dung and cow urine. Its primary objective is to enhance our soil health, reduce the cost of cultivation, and ensure that the final produce, whether it is wheat or mustard, is of superior quality and beneficial for our health. Our government is also placing great emphasis on this. Speaking specifically of mustard, you can adopt natural farming very effectively. For nutrient management, in mustard, you can provide all necessary nutrients by using cow dung and urine-based formulations such as Ghanajeevamrit, Bijamrit and Jeevamrit. Furthermore, you can reduce the intensity of tillage since mustard does not require extensive plowing. You can cultivate it with minimal tillage or even zero tillage. By adopting these practices in mustard cultivation, you can achieve good yields while significantly lowering your input costs.
Right. And the second question was regarding the use of nutrients and fertilizers. Another farmer wants to know how they should be applied and what specific steps should be taken during irrigation.
Every chemical fertilizer has its own specific chemical properties. Farmers must keep in mind that when using single superphosphate or DAP, you should never mix them with urea. Similarly, you must never combine single superphosphate with zinc sulfate.
So,
Regarding your second question about applying fertilizers with irrigation, yes, you absolutely can. The remaining 50% dose of nitrogen that was saved during the sowing should be applied as a top dressing after the first irrigation. Additionally, in regions suffering from boron or zinc deficiencies, you can opt for a foliar spray. If you are applying zinc, prepare 0.5% solution and spray it when the crop is between 55 to 60 days old. Likewise, if there is a boron deficiency and you did not apply it at the time of sowing, you can prepare 0.2% solution and apply it as a single foliar spray.
As you have just seen, our scientists are actively addressing and solving the challenges faced by our farmers to become self-reliant in the oilseed sector. It is crucial that we follow these scientific insight. We are taking a short break now, but when we return, we will show you the immense efforts being made to ensure that the right information reaches the right person and is put to use. Along with new technology, the role of modern information systems has become vital. We will explore how outreach is being conducted and how our scientists are working in the field of agricultural extension right after this short break.
किसान भाइयों गांठ बांध लो, गांठ बांध लो, बात बहुत है काम की, समृद्धि के पैगाम की। मिट्टी के मिजाज को समझो, मिट्टी के हर राज को समझो, मिट्टी की तुम जांच कराओ, मुफ्त सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड ले जाओ। कभी मुनासिब बीज लगाओ, सही किस्म की खाद ले आओ, जितनी जरूरी उतनी डालो, सही मात्रा खुद पहचानो, इसको अपना मंत्र बना लो, मिट्टी की सेहत तो जानो। बात बहुत है काम की, कम लागत अधिक वरदान की। किसान भाइयों गांठ बांध लो,
आज ही मिट्टी की जांच कराएं। राज्य सरकार के कृषि अधिकारी से संपर्क करें और मुफ्त में सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड पाएं। कृषि और किसान कल्याण मंत्रालय द्वारा किसान हित में
Welcome back once again. You are watching Krishi Chaupal. In this segment, we will talk about outreach and extension. We will explore how new technology is connecting farmers in every corner of the country and how the government is successfully communicating with them. Technology plays a vital role in ensuring that the benefits of every scheme reach every single farmer. To help about this, we have four special guests on stage. Dr. Ashok Kumar ji, Principal Scientist in
Namaste.
Agricultural Extension. Welcome to you, sir. Joining us is Dr. Vinod Kumar, Principal Scientist in
Namaste.
Computer Science. Also with us is Dr. Anubhuti Sharma, Principal Scientist in the Biochemistry Unit. And we are joined by Dr. Sushil Kumar Sharma, Principal Scientist from the Krishi
Namaste.
Vigyan Kendra, Alwar. A very warm welcome to you all. Sir, as I mentioned, outreach plays a massive role. There is a common proverb we have heard since childhood: who saw the peacock dance in the forest? It means that no matter how much work or research you do, if it doesn't reach the people it was intended for, it is of no use. In this context, how significant is the role of modern technology and outreach today, especially for our farmers?
Yes, you are absolutely right. If our scientists develop new varieties and technologies, but if they don't reach the farmers or aren't adopted by them, then all that efforts is in vain. Therefore, it is a continuous endeavor to ensure that as soon as an improved variety or technology is developed, it reaches the farmers as quickly as possible. When a new variety or technology is developed, we don't take it directly to the masses immediately. Instead, we first evaluate it on farmers' field through a massive nationwide program called Frontline Demonstration or FLD. Through FLDs, so what we do is we demonstrate the new technology so that the farmers can see for themselves whether the recommended variety actually provides a higher yield, better pest and disease management, or are there any other tangible benefits for them? So, by using these technologies, whether they see a difference in
Sir.
their yields and how much benefit they gain from them. Following this evaluation, the primary responsibility for large scale extension lies with the various state departments of agriculture. However, under the All India Coordinated Research Project AICRP on rapeseed mustard and through our own research institute, we regularly organize training programs for farmers. Simultaneously, we conduct training for field level workers and agriculture supervisors of the state departments so that they can pass on accurate technical knowledge to the farmers. Additionally, we offer a visitor advisory service for farmers who wish to contact us personally. We provide services to them so that they can visit our institute or any of our AICRP centers to discuss their issues with scientists face to face for immediate solutions. We also organize mustard Kisan Melas or farmer fairs across the country. During these fairs, we set up exhibitions where farmers can learn about the latest innovations through posters and product displays. Apart from that, we also conduct various exhibitions at different places where new technologies and innovations are shared with the farmers. Along with this, we also conduct various other programs like we organize farmer-scientist interfaces or goshtis in various villages to maintain direct and constant contact with the farming community. Recently, during the Kharif season, we conducted the Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan. Under this initiative, not just our institute,
Sir.
but the entire Indian Council of Agricultural Research or ICAR and the Krishi Vigyan Kendras, KVKs, reached out to over 10 million farmers. The sole objective was to ensure maximum dissemination of developed technologies. Furthermore, we distribute technical literature to the farmers such as pamphlets and technical bulletins. So we have many such programs through which we maintain continuous contact with farmers and we make efforts. So if any specific farmer wants to contact us and attend the program or get any information, so we encourage them also. Also, if anyone face specific problems that the local agricultural supervisor or the farmers themselves cannot understand, our team of scientists visits the farmers' fields to diagnose the problem and then provide a solution.
So, Vinodji, when we talk about the digital era, what are the specific tools and platforms being utilized? Ensuring that the right information reaches farmers at the right time is absolutely crucial because agriculture waits for no one.
You are absolutely right. Dear farmers, as we know, information is the root of every knowledge. Therefore, receiving the right information at the right time is absolutely essential. To ensure that farmers receive precise information in a timely manner, the Indian Directorate of Rapeseed Mustard Research, ICAR-DRMR, is running several programs. One of our most popular initiative is Digital Reach. Under this program, we use our official website, mobile application and various social media tools including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and WhatsApp to...
We have Didi Kisan as well.
Yes, we certainly have the Doordarshan as well. Through all these platforms, we are providing farmers with the latest information on mustard. In addition to digital tools, the institute is actively utilizing traditional media like radio and television in a timely manner. Scientists from the ICAR Directorate of Rapeseed Mustard Research have developed 12 specialized episodes covering the entire crop cycle from the field preparation to harvesting and storage. These are broadcast through All India Radio Akashvani stations in Uttar Pradesh and 5 in Rajasthan, providing timely information according to the seasonal requirements of the crop, which is very essential. Furthermore, we are leveraging television as a medium. We have produced 6 episodes focused on technical information of mustard and solution to farmers' problems, which are being telecast on Doordarshan Uttar Pradesh, Doordarshan Rajasthan and DD Kisan as well.
in a timely manner. In this way, the Institute is continuously disseminating the latest technical and scientific knowledge to farmers through multidimensional digital technology and various other broadcasting mediums, which is very essential for the farmers.
Now, Anubhuti ji, we have already guided the farmers on where to procure quality seeds, how to perform agronomic practices, and how to access reliable information. But now, moving forward, the harvest is ready and in the farmers' hands. What next? How are they to understand the quality of their produce? In today's era, we often talk about value addition, which means taking your raw crop and enhancing it so that it is more appealing to the consumer. We are talking about value addition and processing. What kind of initiatives are being undertaken in this specific area? It is essential for all of us to understand the quality of the oil we consume. Mustard oil is an excellent choice, providing approximately 8 to 9 kilocalories of energy per gram daily. The quality of any oil is primarily determined by its fatty acid profile. These fatty acids are categorized into two types: saturated fats and unsaturated fats. An oil is considered high quality when its saturated fatty acid content is low. Mustard oil contains only 7% to 10% saturated fatty acids, which is a very healthy range. On the other hand, unsaturated fats are a vital component and should be present in high quantities. Mustard oil is rich in these, containing about 80% to 85% unsaturated fats. These are further divided into monounsaturated fatty acids and polyunsaturated fatty acids. In mustard oil, monosaturated fatty acids counts for 60% to 70%, while polyunsaturated fatty acids makes up about 20% to 25%. This composition is perfectly balanced for the human body and is essential for overall physical growth. Furthermore, once the oil is extracted from the seeds, we are left with the oil cake. Traditionally, you produce and sell this primarily as livestock feed. However, the ICAR Directorate of Rapeseed Mustard Research is now processing and modifying this oil cake to create innovative products that will significantly increase farmers' income. This is really very, very helpful. Would anyone like to ask a question?
I would like to ask the esteemed panel, what are the various methods of value addition for mustard to boost farmers' income, and what are the future prospects in the field? Please tell us about something in this topic.
Value addition in mustard can be achieved through mustard oil cake. By processing and modifying the oil cake, we can remove the anti-nutritional compounds present in it. In this regard, the ICAR Directorate of Rapeseed Mustard Research had started working on several products. One of our technologies that has already been approved is Dhoop Batti, incense sticks. Similarly, we are also working on developing biscuits at our institute. We are making these biscuits by removing undesirable elements from the mustard oil cake so that the body can receive essential nutrients. Furthermore, we have developed a very significant product, a hair spa. Once the mustard oil cake is modified, it contains certain antifungal properties that eliminate fungi. Since many people deal with problems like dandruff or hair fall, we have created a product to address these issues. We have already applied for a patent for this, and once it is granted, the institute will offer a very high quality product to all of you. We are just waiting for that patent to get a very good product for all of us. We will be happy to get that. Exactly. While oil cakes have traditionally been used to meet the protein requirements of livestock, research is now underway, as ma'am mentioned, to explore how they can benefit human health as well. Work is being done to ensure they can be utilized for human consumption too. Would anyone else like to ask a question?
I would like to know if any work is being done regarding crop residues such as stalks so that they can be utilized as organic manure. We want to know how we can benefit from this waste. Is there any ongoing research on this?
Yes, research is absolutely underway in this area. The Government of India has repeatedly emphasized, whether regarding rice or any other crop, that farmers must not burn crop residues in the fields. We are actively working on these solutions for mustard as well. Currently, there is a common trend where farmers sell the mustard stalks or tudi to brick kilns. While this offers an immediate financial gain, our ongoing research shows that if you incorporate those residues back into the soil, it significantly increases the organic carbon content. Secondly, any form of residue can now be shredded and used to produce vermicompost or decomposed to be used as organic manure. This has become a challenge for farmers recently because in the past, these stalks were used as fuel for cooking. Now that LPG or gas connections are available everywhere, the stalks are left over. However, you can collect them, shred them into smaller pieces, and use them to create vermicompost, as many farmers across the country are already doing.
Sushilji, as you are associated with the Krishi Vigyan Kendra, I would like to know what initiatives are being undertaken by your institution, especially your KVK, regarding mustard cultivation and for raising awareness among the farmers.
The primary objective of a Krishi Vigyan Kendra is to conduct on-farm testing on a specific agroclimatic zone before any technology is recommended to the farmers. We must assess whether the technology is successful and suitable for that particular region. Once we evaluate and confirm that a technology is fruitful and will indeed enhance crop productivity for the farmers, we move to the next stage. After analyzing the test results, we disseminate that technology on a large scale through frontline demonstrations on farmers' fields. Following this, we organize field days. For instance, if we have set up demonstrations across 5 hectares in one village, we invite 100 to 200 farmers from 10 to 15 neighboring villages to showcase the results. We demonstrate a side-by-side comparison, the results of the traditional methods versus the results of our recommended technology. When farmers witness this difference themselves, they can decide for themselves which mustard variety to sow in the coming year, which fertilizers to use, and which plant protection methods to adopt. In addition to this, we regularly organize training programs for farmers. We also conduct vocational training programs for the unemployed youth in our region, ranging from 15 days to 1 year, covering various agricultural skill sets.
Ashokji, since we are now drawing to a close and we have farmers right here in the audience as well as many more watching us on television, what are your key takeaways for them? What final solutions or advice would you like to leave them with? What would you like them to prioritize going forward?
With our currently available improved varieties and technologies, if we use it efficiently, the average yield of mustard under normal conditions can reach up to 30 quintals per hectare. However, how many of our farmers are actually achieving this? Only a selected few. The reason behind this leads me to a humble request for my farmer brothers. Whether it is a Krishi Vigyan Kendra, the Directorate of Rapeseed Mustard Research, or any agricultural university, first and foremost, learn to trust government institutions. Often, farmers reject a recommended technology or variety based purely on hearsay. So I would like to urge you that if a technology doesn't perform well on your field, then you are free to reject it. But at least test it once on a small patch, perhaps just 1 biga, to see the results for yourself. Every year our scientists work tirelessly to release 4 to 5 new varieties tailored for different conditions, along with pest and disease management protocols and advanced agronomic practices. If our farmers don't even try them to see their impact, the efforts of our scientists go to waste. So the proof of progress is right here before us. If you look back 25 years, the average yield of Indian rapeseed mustard was less than 1000 kg per hectare. Today we are achieving an average yield of nearly 1400 to 1500 kg per hectare. So this is the result of scientific effort, government policies, and the hard work of farmers who adopted these technologies. Finally, I request you all to stay connected with research institutes, KVKs, And the Department of Agriculture. As my colleague mentioned, times have changed. You no longer need to travel long distances for information. Today, every farmer has a smartphone. While you use it for entertainment, that's a good thing. But remember that the Government of India, ICAR, and all research bodies are now utilizing this digital medium extensively. All the latest technologies are now available right at your fingertips.
Exactly. Farmers should certainly give these innovations a chance and try out new techniques in their fields. As the saying goes, farming isn't built on hearsay. Until you see the tangible results for yourself, you won't truly believe in them. So you have seen how the essence of Rajasthan's soil, the expertise of our scientists, and the voices of our farmers have made today's discussion truly meaningful. On that note, it's time for us to sign off. Namaskar.